Thanks. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name is Deborah, and this is Mike. So we're from SF in Progress, and while this is loading, I have a quick question for everybody. Who here thinks that they're paying a reasonable amount for their housing? Okay, a few. Now, who here thinks that they're paying a little bit too much and they should? Okay, so I would say a greater number. So can anybody here explain, does anybody have a reason or an explanation as to why housing is so expensive in the Bay Area? Supply and demand, Airbnb, high salaries. Okay, so it's a lot of reasons, right? It's a very complicated issue. We read about it in the media every single day. There's a new article, and there's a ton of reasons behind it, but nobody really seems to be providing a solution as to how we can actually affect housing policy so that housing becomes less expensive in the Bay Area. So what our project is that it's basically twofold. One, what we like to do is create an education hub that simplifies a very complicated housing policy process in the Bay Area down to a way that the public can be able to understand very easily. And the second thing that we want to do is provide something that is very much missing in the equation, which is a way for us to be able to act on that housing policy and make housing more affordable in the Bay. So what we've got here is I've got a few slides here that show a demo. And so the first part will be an education hub, which basically has an explainer video, has a long explanation as to why housing's so expensive, and then also breaks down the policy down into smaller sound bites for people to understand. And the second part is going to be a platform. Right now, what the platform is doing is that it's drawing in information from the San Francisco Open Data Resource, and it maps all the projects that are under entitlement and under building right now in San Francisco, and our goal is to expand this out to the greater Bay Area. Rather than walk you through these slides, I'm going to have Mike here take you through the demo.
All right, so we've had a wonderful engineering team help build this website over the course of the year. This is what we've got so far. If you scroll down, we've got some general information that explains the problem and it gives some cursory facts. And then we can go ahead and click on projects and get to the meat of the website. And right here we've got a map that displays all proposed housing projects, anything that sort of makes its way to public hearings at some point. And users have the ability to explore potential housing projects that they can advocate for. And so if we can go ahead and click on a marker, we'll zoom in and we can see a span of housing projects in a certain area. And so ideally, we could have users learn more about these housing projects. And if it interests them, they can advocate for them or share awareness of a housing project in their neighborhood. So if we can go and go back to the slides. And so we've got two goals for the next year. First quarter, we'd like to go ahead and complete the education hub. And in the second quarter, we'd like to go ahead and tweak the map and get it to a great state. And for now, we're looking for front-end developers to help design and work on the UX and the landing page and the education hub. And then we're also looking for back-end developers who are interested in learning more about the project entitlement, anyone who can work on databases and whatnot. And we're also looking for a UI designer or a videographer who can help work on the marketing material. And that's our presentation. Questions? So the question was, if a project doesn't get through, sorry, what was that? The hearings? If it doesn't happen, how does it come off the map?
So the way the data currently works is that all the projects are pulled in from the SF Planning website, right? So when a project is pulled out from planning, then it can come off. However, one thing that you don't see that the website will not have are projects that people are looking at that they do want to develop. Like, say, for example, I'm looking at, say, 16th and Mission. Everything there, the tallest building there is 2 stories. Maybe there's a parking lot on which you could build more housing for people, right, so that people don't get displaced as more people are moving into the neighborhood. A project like that, somebody might not even submit for, right, because they know it's going to fail. So one thing that we can do is we will add in specific area plans, projects that we know are under entitlement or about to go under entitlement that need active support. So one thing you can do is you'll be able to click on a project, you'll be able to submit a sort of email over to the relevant board of supervisor and say, hey, I actually want this project to happen. And the other thing is that you'll also be able to connect with people eventually through Facebook APIs with people who are also interested in projects. You'll be able to get regular updates. So it's basically taking a process that is currently very esoteric and only for a limited pool of people to a greater audience.
Is there any plan to talk about like polling or any voting issues that are around housing, or is it just going to be about these specific projects?
Absolutely, absolutely. That is the greater goal of the project. Oh, right. So the question was, other than the map, is there a way for people to target specific policies? That is definitely one of the end goals. Part of the reason why housing is so hard to come by in the Bay Area is because of the policy. Things like CEQA, right? Just because of things like discretionary planning processes, right? So these are issues that eventually we'd like to be able to gather enough people to be able to affect change for both online and offline.